Hi everybody, welcome along to another Wednesday night. Wednesday night is Open My Magic night, and we're streaming live on Facebook, on Twitch, and on Zoom to our lovely people out there. And just put this through the screen here into gallery view so I can see all your lovely faces. Hi everyone, nice to see you, and hi everybody in Facebook land. Hit the likes and the subscribes and everything wherever. So let's get on with the show. Enough of my wittering, as always. Over to our very first performer. Changed the orders around a little bit tonight, so we have our good friend from Texas, Robina. Come in, Robina. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Robina. Now, is my microphone working? Give me a thumbs up if it is, because this is the bit that sometimes technically goes wrong after we played in Robin's music for some reason. But it worked! Yay!
We've still got Robina's music as well.
Yeah, that'll fade away into the background.
Cool.
There it goes. There it goes. Fading away. Gone. Right. Okay, enough silliness. Right, let's look at the running order. Oh, wow! So this is a gentleman who hasn't been on the show live for a long, long time. I notice he pops in and watches us on Facebook. So, yeah, but it's great to see him actually in his home studio doing some work for us tonight and showing us some fantastic magic. Come in, David Pattenden. Come on, mate.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. It's actually my kitchen, not my home studio. But thanks a lot. I do need a muddle. If you've got a muddle that can help, that'd be much appreciated. Is anyone about, please?
I'm sure Stu will find someone for you.
Yeah, raise your hand if you're a willing volunteer. Tom?
Oh, Jill has put her hand up, or finger up.
Okay, let's go for Jill, as she's more mobile than Tom. There we go.
Hi, Jill.
Good evening.
Hi. I do see you helping everyone else. You can help me tonight. I'm going to do a few card tricks, and then I've just got an odd trick. I'm going to try to do something in this bag. I don't know what I can do with it, but I'll try and find something to do with it after I show you a few tricks. So I'll just put the camera down so you can see what I'm doing with the cards, right? Hold on.
Okay.
Right, here we go. Right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to sort of shuffle the cards, but it's a bit awkward for you to help. But what I'm going to do is tell me whether to take some out of the middle, out of the bottom, just so I mix the order up. So I take some from the middle, some from the bottom?
Some from the bottom.
Some from the bottom, right? And we're going to put them all down, but we're going to try and just get some sort of order down here. So this time, some from the middle, bottom, top?
Top.
Top, some from the top. And again?
Bottom.
Bottom again, yeah. Just put a few more down.
Middle.
Middle, some from the middle, okay.
Top.
Some from the top. There's a few left.
All of them.
All of them, all right, okay. So, there's so many place. I've got these gold ones, they're really slippery. Oh, right. So I bet I'm even more now, Jill. We're doing really well now. Let's have a look. See. Right.
They're rather posh.
They are. These are 24 karat gold.
Ooh.
I've got a 24 karat gold axe. That's what they told me. Let's have a look. Right. I think I might get rid of the cloth. I think that might's not helping much. Right. Right. Get rid of that. Right. And I'm just going to go through. I'm going to take out one card. This card here. I'm just going to put it here. And then I'm just going to quick shuffle as well, just so that we've got no control over any cards. Okay. I'm going to do them into 3 piles. I might mix up the dealing a little bit, but just so they're in some sort of mixed up order, we'll go back the other way, like this. Just a bit sort of mixed up. I don't know, I've lost track now, but I don't know what I'm doing. Right, let's have a look, see what we've done. Now, Jill, are you happy? We mixed the cards up totally. Yeah?
Pretty well.
I'll give them a shuffle. I'll throw them all over the place. I can't really control any cards. I'll pick this card out at the beginning, and it's because I didn't bring a magic wand down. See, so what I'm going to do, if I take this card and wave it like this, and you can suddenly feel magic happen, but this card has no magnets or anything on it. It's just a plain playing card, and it's the number 3, which obviously means that it would have brought up on the top the other 1, 2, 3 threes.
Oh, wonderful.
So, but I'll see what all different. So let's. We don't use these cards now. Don't put it up.
It's tremendous fun watching you.
Thank you. What, trying to control the cards? I work in a bar and I do magic over the bar. And it's really nice. You know, I've got work actually from doing magic over the bar. It's really good fun. So, right. So quick look. Right. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to cut the cards, right? But I'm going to hold them here. If you want to go lower or higher, just let me know. So that, or do you want to go higher or lower?
Lower.
You want to drop a few more down, right? Take a few more down, right? I'll put that in there. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to look at this card here. The fourth card here tells me that the fourth card down your pile is the 4 of diamonds, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got it wrong. Sorry. I was close. We'll do it again. So, it's because I'm nervous. That's what it is.
I think it's those cards. They're
I
cards.
think it is. I'm never going to use these again. Right, we'll do it this time. Right. We'll cut the cards. Right. More or less?
More.
More. Right. Try again. 1, 2, 3. I think it's the 9 of spades. 1, 2, 3. The 9 of spades.
Oh, well done.
I know, it's good. I think I can do it already. I'll do it one more time. Look. One more. Cut the pile like that. Do you want more or less?
Less.
1, 2, 3. Tells me it's the Queen of Clubs.
Is it?
1, 2, 3. Is this the Queen of Clubs?
Yes.
One more time, and this time I won't even look at the card, right? Right. More or less?
More.
1, 2, 3. I just rub the card this time. Put them down. It tells me that the fourth card is the 3 of hearts. 1, 2, 3. The 3 of hearts.
Wonderful.
It's not without applause, so don't worry. So I've got that little bit of bag here, which obviously, as you can see, you do a little bit of magic like this, and you hope that you can do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6 dice trick.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, David. Excellent. Right, next we've got a video, but I thought just to break things up and change things around for a change, just for the hell of it, I would do a little something in between, because I've just found this and thought this is great. I love this. So let's go to the overhead camera, and we've got a Queen of Hearts here, and this was reminded me because something I saw at a Magic Club meeting recently, an old version of this, and this is a newer version. Many years ago, there was a stage illusion called the Zigzag Girl, and a woman went into a frame, and then the magician slowly removed her middle, and then put it back together again. Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to our next act. A gentleman who visits us a lot, but unfortunately he's not available this week. He can't be with us, so he's said, pick one of my videos. So for a change, we're going to use one of his children's magic performances, but it's really good. Over to Alan Fisher.
I was getting worried there for a moment. I was getting worried, but fear not, for the magic continues. I'll do something special. I may have had trouble with my coloring book, but I will not have trouble with this trick. I will Uh-oh, I'm starting to run out of magic. I'm running out of magic. I'm going to need some help. You were so nice earlier, for like, could you come up here and help me? Give her a big round of applause. She's going to be my helper. Right here. Now, you are going to be my sorcerer's apprentice. So we got to make you look like a wizard. Let's see, do I have a wizardy hat? I have a wizardy hat. Here we go. We make you my little wizard. Perfect! Now, a wizard needs a very special wand. You know who Harry Potter is, right? Yeah. They go to Ollivanders to get their wands from there. Oh, I have a very special magic wand. You get to hold this because you are going to be doing the magic in just a moment. Because I apparently have lost it. I don't got any magic left. But you will have all the magic for me. Boys and girls, I have a block. What letter is on that block? C. You're very good. Yes. B for that. That's perfect. We're going to take the C block. Let's put it right there. We're going to take the B block. It's going to go right there. We're going to take the A block, put it right there. I'll take my cover. I'm going to cover it up. You are going to get to do the magic for this part because you are the wizard. You are the sorcerer's apprentice. As I take and cover up the blocks, put them here. I want you to take your magic wand. You're going to point it at the box. Yes. 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 Get the magic going. Get the magic on. Watch. That B block, the one in the middle. Watch. It floats up in the air. It's right here. It's invisible. You see that Christmas present way over in the corner? Take your wand and shoot it right towards there. Zap! Was she not amazing? Wait. Hold on to the wand a second. Because if you did good, you need to help me. Remember I said, it was the B block. That's the one you made disappear. That's the one you made disappear. Could you go over and get that Christmas present for me that you see in that corner? Bring it right over here. Now that's been there since you all came in. That was a special little present left there by a certain somebody from the North Pole. Thank you. Inside, would you pull out the present? The B block! You ready? Take the one last time. You got the magic ready? Zap me with it! Perfect. Big round of applause for her.
Thank you, Alan. Something different for change on our Wednesday night show. Okay, right, from the USA back to the UK to up north. Coming up, Roy Stone.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, everybody. Hope you're all well. So today, Wednesday, I always go to my local magic shop on a Wednesday and check out the new tricks. Today's been no different. I went to my local magic shop and I said to Alan, the guy that runs it, I says, Alan, what's new? What new tricks you got in? He says, this is a good trick. It says it's the Tommy Burnett mind reading deck. I says, Tommy Burnett mind reading deck? He says, yeah, the Tommy Burnett mind reading deck. I says, but it says invisible deck. He said, don't worry, we'll come back to that later. So he took it out. I said, that's not the Tommy Burnett mind reading deck. He says it is. Look, it says it on the box. Tommy Burnett mind reading deck. I said, well, show me how it works. He says, it's a pretty amazing deck, this is. So it comes in a plain box with a picture of Tommy on the front. I said, if you open the box, this is, you'll see the finest quality cards. Well, that's no good. I said, they're all blank. what can I do with that? It's blank. He says, haha, this is where the magic comes in with the Tommy Burnett mind reading deck. And look, he's even got an hole inside him. So this is what you do. He says, you give the bottom a bit of a rub like that. He says, that's no longer blank now, that's a snap card. I said, but the faces are still blank. I says, it's no good, the faces are still blank. He says, aha. So what you do, you put it on top, you say the magic word, Tommy Burnett, you flick through the cards, and now every card is printed back and front like a normal deck. I said, but you said it's a mind reading deck. He said it is. It's what you do. You say you get a volunteer, say Kevin Peel.
Me?
Kevin Peel, and you said, yeah. You say, Kevin, I'm going to go through the deck. Whenever you're ready, I'm going to stop at one card, I'm going to look away, show it you. So you can tell me to stop whenever you want. As you can see, they're all different.
Stop.
Okay, so Kevin, I'm going to look away.
Yep.
Can you see that card?
I can. Yeah.
Okay, I've got it in camera, have I?
Yep, you have.
Okay. It says, and what you do then, it says the trick is almost over. To finish off, all you got to do is take the snap card, put it back on the bottom, say Tommy Burnett, the magic word. This is you back where you started. It's a totally blank deck. So that's amazing. I said, but what about the mind reading bit? I said, oh, that's where the other box comes in. The invisible deck, because in here is an invisible deck. He says, all you do, you tip out the invisible deck, you look through it, and it will tell you what card Kevin Peel picked. So I did, I looked through it, and I saw the 2 of spades, Kevin.
Yep, that's the one.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, $950 is a Tommy Burnett mind reading deck. Contact Tommy, 10% to me.
Thank you. Thanks, Roy. And 25% to the show for allowing you to advertise it. But we'll talk about that later. So from up north in UK, over the Atlantic again to the other side of the pond, and to a fantastic magician come in from Gentile.
I don't know if you know this, but we recently celebrated our centennial. Our Assembly 17, Dr. R.R. Calkins, turned 100 years old a couple weeks ago, and we had a big party. And we've been pulling out all the stops, and well, we found some videotapes of 1990, and there is a version of this effect on there. And I said, well, you guys haven't seen any of this, and so if you'll indulge me, it's a version, and it's a story about a gentleman who, Larry the Leprechaun. He's a gentleman I met many years ago, and magic, as you all know, has taken people all over the world. And if you have something very unique, well, leprechauns have something very unique. They're known as, if you catch them, they got to give you your pot of gold. And I said, well, you know, through the years, we met each other at conventions and talked a few different stories. And I said, well, Larry, what's the deal with this whole pot of gold thing? I said, you know, being a short little guy and a pot of gold, you would think you'd be so heavy you couldn't walk. You know, little legs and a lot of weight. I don't know if you'd be able to carry a lot of gold. And he said, it's not so much the gold that's in the pot of gold. It's the wealth of the knowledge and the lessons from the pot of gold. And I said, well, no one's ever said that. It's always, you know, catch a leprechaun, catch a pot of gold. So he said, well, if you got a little bit of time, he said, I can walk you through it. He said, but you're going to need an air mobilizer, and that just stirs up everything and gets the air going. And he said, you're going to need to call in a rainbow. So you're going to need some thunder. This is my thunder decoy. And he looks off in the distance, and he's looking, and he said, it's not so much, you know, that you look for the rain, and you got to be between the sun, and be careful where you are. And he said, maybe I can let you take a rainbow locator. So he said, you take it and you look into the sun, the water's behind you, the sun's in front of you. And he said, just look. Oh, all right. So a little bit, not so much some water, but there's a river between you and the other person. And he said, take it up, look at the sun, and the rainbow comes out. And he said, it's not so much the colors of the rainbow, of the gold in the rainbow, but it's the idea that what it means. And blue is for you to conserve the water and keep it pure. There's only so much on the face of the earth. Green is a lesson towards thriftiness. Buy only what you need, not what you want. Save and for a rainy day, and a penny saved is a penny earned. So every time you save something, you earn it. He said, yellow goes to making people happy and sharing smiles every day. Greet the day that you can with a smile, and greet each other with a smile. And orange is for the sunrises. They say early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and rise. Well, it makes everyone a little smarter because you're seeing more of the day. Red is to keep your blood very pure. Don't put in your body which wasn't there when you were born. So stay pure. Lastly, the purple in the rainbow is to signify knowledge from your elders. Give them credit that they've been here longer than you, that they know what they're talking about, that they've experienced life, that they're ready to share the wisdom. Don't just think, oh, hey, old guy sitting in the corner, you don't know what you're talking about. Larry said, I do. And I said, well, how do you get all that? He said, well, in a pot of gold are the colors, and through life, sifting lessons little by little, teach people things. And he said, these 6 colors is a way for a guide to keep all your wishes come true. And I said, well, how does that work when you can't have the wishes all the time? He said, well, you put them in a little rainbow box, rainbow wish box, and you keep them nice and safe. And he said, the problem is that sooner or later, the rain goes away, the sun comes out, and then all of a sudden it's a nice day and people forget all the lessons that they've learned. And if you don't keep the lessons current and practice them every day, civility, common sense, and fairness will go out of your life, and you will have bad health. So live these lessons every day. Keep yourself happy. Save yourself some money. Keep yourself a little bit of healthy vegetables and bounty throughout the land. And if nothing else, the wealth and the knowledge of knowing what you've learned today from a little short guy named Larry, your life will be clear of troubles. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy.
Thank you, Tom. Ah, that was lovely. I'm just hearing it. I can hear it's rain. I'm just going to, I think it's bits of a storm brewing outside. I'm just going to open the window. Oh, God. That's not good. Not good. Anyway, our next act is missing in action. I think he's probably had technical problems and hasn't managed to get on. So, luckily, I had something else lined up. Jill, would you like to join me? And we will, if you could unmute, and Stu will bring you up next to me.
Here I am.
Okay, Jill. So we will go to that one there. Yeah. Jill,
Ooh.
I have a little wallet here. You'll notice there's some money there. We'll come back to that. And I'm going to play a little game with you, whereas you could possibly win the £50.
Ooh.
But we shall see, because one of these I already know you're going to choose. And if you choose it, if I am right, I keep the £50. But if you get the, if you don't get the one that I chose for you, then you get the £50.
Oh.
So Jill, there are 3 of my business cards, and I've put some little labels, some sticky labels: a white sticky label, a red sticky label, and a black sticky label. So which one would you like to bet my currently £50 note on? So it can be on the white one, the red one, or the black one.
The white one.
On the white one. Okay. So if I'm right, you lose the £50. So are you sure you want to stick with the white one, or would you like to choose?
Absolutely, yes.
So you don't think that I've selected the white one?
No.
Okay.
No chance.
Well, unfortunately, you lose the £50. Oh, do you want me to prove that, don't you?
Yes.
Well, the £50 was underneath this clip, and it's there. Hang on, let's just see if you can read what that says. You will choose white.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Oh.
Sorry, Jill. Next time lucky, next time lucky.
I'm crying now.
Okay, so from on the south coast of England, where it's tipping down outside and stormy, over to New York. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Isn't it, Martin? Yeah. Over to New York City, and a very good friend of mine and a fantastic magician, Tommy Burnett. Come in, Tommy.
Hello. Good to see you this evening. Good to be here. And just for the record, I did not authorize my image on Roy's trick, so my arbiter will be in touch. Well, my solicitor, I should say, will be in touch. But can I get a volunteer? Would anyone like to volunteer?
Tom's got his hand up. Andrew's got his hand up. Bruce has got his hand up. Roy is shaking his fist.
Yeah, let's do Andrew.
He's shaking his fist.
Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that's what I was doing during his performance. Ooh. Every time my image came up, it was another 500 pounds.
Oh,
How are you, Andrew?
I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Good to see you. So my overhead camera is out of commission, so
Okay.
I'm gonna try and make this work. I'm on my phone. You can barely see the table. I want to try and keep my face here, but you can barely see the table. I have some colors, and my green screen is acting funny, so I have to keep them at an angle so you can see them. But I have 10 of these cards, and they have different wildflowers on them.
Oh, cool.
And 9 out of 10 of them are non-poisonous.
Okay.
And then there is one that is poisonous. and it will be your job to weed out the poisonous plant from some of the other ones.
Okay.
And this is actually a type of alchemy that they used back in the 1600s. These are actual copies of plants from a real wildflower almanac. And I believe these were drawn back in the 1800s, if I'm correct. But if you were here right now, you'd be able to mix these up, but I'm going to do that for you. And I'm really not paying attention to how these are being mixed up, but they are mixed up. I'm going to deal them into 2 piles, and then I'll pick them up so you can see them.
Okay.
So I will have 1 pile in my right hand and 1 pile in my left hand. Now, if you were here with me right now, I would ask you to point to a pile. So would you like to point to the one in my left hand or the one in my right hand?
The one in your right, Tommy.
One in my right. So we'll get rid of the ones in my left. And I'll tell you that these are all non-poisonous plants.
Okay.
So far, you're doing very well.
Good.
And now we have 5 plants left. One of them is poisonous. It could be number 1. It could be number 2. It could be number 3. It could be number 4. And it could be number 5. At this point in the game, if any number call out to you more than any of the others.
Number 3.
Number 3, okay, so let's take a look. Now, so far, you're doing really well on this. This is also a non-poisonous plant. That's very good. So now we're down to 4, okay? And at this point, I'm going to mix them up. And I'm going to lay them out in a row. Now, you're not going, maybe I can actually pick this up a little bit.
Okay.
So you can see it. So, okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4, right?
Yep.
And, yeah, you can kind of see that.
Yeah.
So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and call out any number between 1 and 4.
3.
3. So that would be 1, 2, 3. Oh, you did very, very well. Again, another non-poisonous plant. So now we're down to 3. And if you were here, I would ask you to pick up any card in one hand, let's say your left hand, and then another one in your right hand. So would you like number 1 in your left hand, number 2, or number 3 in your left hand?
Number 1.
Number 1. So we'll put that, this will be your left hand. Okay? And then which one of these 2 would you like in your right hand? Number 1 or number 2?
The end one.
This one.
Number
And
2.
so that will leave this one here. And so this one is being eliminated as the non-poisonous plant. And now we have these 2 here, one in my left and one in my right. Again, if you were here, I would ask you to take one of these for yourself. Would you like the one in my left hand or the one in my right hand for you?
The one in your left hand.
The one, so you want this one for you.
That one, yeah.
And that will leave this one left to go in the non-poisonous pile, which means that you chose the only one that was poisonous. very good job, very good job. While you're here, I might as well use this for my second effect. Now, I'm sure, being that you live in the UK, you're familiar with Jack the Ripper, yes?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay. Now, you might not be familiar with something that happened here in the States about 20 years after the fact of Jack the Ripper. There was a series of murders here in the about 1910, 1912. And during that year, they obviously didn't know who was committing the murders. And the papers gave the murderer a name called the Collector, because they collected things off of the bodies like little trinkets and kept them as like a reward.
Yeah.
But they were able to narrow down to 10 suspects. Let me just show you, I have an envelope which will come into play a little bit later. It is here. I know you can't really see it, but it is. Let's see if I can prop it up on something.
I can see it. No problem.
I'll put my cup here so you can see that. Okay. All right. And yeah, normally I have my overhead camera, but I'm having lots of technical difficulties this week. But so the first one is William, and I'll just place him down there. Then we have Henry, and then we have Sonia, and then we have George, there's Jason, let's see, there's Elizabeth, and you can see that all the names are different, and they all have different amounts of letters in their name, right? And then we have Ophelia, right? So what happened was the police were confounded. They had no idea who was the murderer, and it was a cold case for about maybe 5 years or so, until one of the detectives hired a psychic to come in and take a look at the files and the evidence. And usually you play the psychic for me today. What she did was she placed all the files on the table, and just by looking at the files, and I'll show you this real quick again, she was able to come up with the person's identity. And because you're not familiar with the files and the information, I'm going to keep it a lot simpler for you. All you need to do is call out any number between 1 and 10, because there are 10 suspects. So go ahead and call it. Take a minute and really feel it, and then call out whatever number you want.
6.
6.
6.
Very interesting. Now, if I take 1, 2, oh, I'm sorry, wait a minute. Huh. I gotta do it from the top because I don't want to see which ones that we're going for. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this will be, we have the next one. We take those 6 away, and then we end up with Jason. Now, I'm not saying Jason was the one, okay? But this is the one that we came up with, right? I'm going to leave that right there where we can see it. Now, in here, I have photographs of 5 trinkets that were that were taken of the victims. There was a pocket watch.
Mhm.
There was a key.
Mhm.
There was a cologne bottle or a perfume bottle. There was an engagement ring.
Mhm.
And finally, there was a pipe. And the murderer engraved. He had all of these things engraved, which I think is kind of sick almost. But he on the back of the pocket watch was the letter J. On the back of the key was the letter A.
Wow.
On the back of the perfume bottle was an S. In the middle of the ring was an O. And on the back of the pipe was an N, which spells
Jason.
Jason.
Wow.
Thank you, Andrew.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. And now back to Kevin.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you.
He's a nasty bit of work, that Jason.
Yes.
So I'm just going to have a look at the gallery and try and find somebody that I've never worked with before, so everyone knows that it's not a setup. Let's just have a look.
Wait, you saying mine was a setup?
No.
No setup.
You don't say anything like that,
No
Tom. Where are we? Martin, seeing as you're so impressed by that last trick, I thought I'd try this with you. Brilliant, isn't it? Martin, have you got? I'm also sure that you've either got a calculator or a phone with a calculator on it handy.
Yeah, okay. Got one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. This is just a little silly thing just to warm myself up for the main trick, which I'll do in a second. But we need some cards, and I need 9 cards. So I'll just take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're just going to try a little bit of speed maths. And just see how I do, and that helps me warm up. So we've got a lot of red. Oh, there's some black ones as well. That's good. I'm just going to mix these up, Martin, and I'll mix them up face up so you can actually see they're getting mixed up. And then we'll mix them up face down so we don't know where they are. And then I'm going to deal them out in. You tell me when to stop mixing, otherwise I'll be going all night.
All right, stop.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to deal them out into 3 rows of 3. That's probably the best view. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And in case you think that I did some fancy shuffling and mixing, and that's the order I wanted them in, do you want to swap any of these around?
Yeah, swap the ace and the 7.
The ace and the 7, yeah.
And then the 9 and the 8.
The 9 and the 8.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it? You're happy?
Yep.
Okay. Right. So, Martin, what we've created is 3 rows of 3-digit numbers.
Yeah.
Now you know that. Do you want to mix them up at all again?
No, that's fine.
No, you're happy. So, and I'll just sort of explain what we're going to do or what you're going to do. You're going to choose one of those numbers only in your head. You're not going to tell me. And you're going to make it in your head a 0.
All right.
So in fact, so for example, if you chose the 2, that top row would become 890.
Yeah.
Rather than 892.
I see.
Okay. So find one in there that you want to be a 0.
I've done that.
mark it as 0 only in your head,
Yeah.
and then add up the so you know, for say I was making that there's a 0 over there, I would add 892 plus 730
Yeah.
plus 615 and come up with a number. Yeah.
Okay.
Which
I've
is
got an
gonna be-
answer here.
Sorry, have you got
I've
a
got an
number?
answer. Yeah,
You've
I've
got
done
an
it,
answer. Okay, so what have you come up with? It should be different to mine.
yeah. Shall I show you?
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. 2, 2, 1, 1.
Yeah.
So you will have chosen the 3 of hearts?
Yeah, very good.
Okay. Right, that was warming up. So let's go back to that. Martin, I'm going to get you to do some imagination now. Okay. Flashing cards. There we go. I want you to imagine any card out of a deck of 52 cards.
Okay.
Okay. So you don't have to have a deck of cards or anything. Just imagine a card.
Yeah.
And imagine it in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You've got it clearly visualized.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take, I think, the second one down. And I'm going to hold it up there so you can see it all the time. I'll bring it down here. So, Martin, now what I'd like you to do, Martin, is make your mind a complete blank.
Might take a while.
Yeah, make your mind an absolute complete blank.
Okay.
Okay, so your card. Oh, that's what you've done, Martin. Is you've done that too well. I'm just going to put that card back in the pack. Okay.
Too good, Kevin.
What we'll do is we'll try and reverse this. You've got that card in your head. So if it was red, what we'll do is we'll erase all the black cards in the deck. And if it was black, we'll erase all the red cards in the deck. Yeah, so we'll try and drill down to your card. So what color was your card?
It was red.
It was red. So we're going to erase. So use your power of your brain now and just erase all the black cards. Yep.
Done.
Done it?
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay. So now you've erased all the black cards in the deck. There are picture cards and number cards. Was it a picture card or a number card?
It was a picture card.
It was a picture card. So erase all the number cards.
I've done that.
You've done that?
Yeah.
So it was a red picture card. Also, it could have been a heart or a diamond. So what was it? Heart or diamond?
It was a diamond.
It was a diamond. So erase all the hearts.
Done.
Okay. And finally, what was your card?
I'll show you because I wrote it down. It was the Jack of Diamonds.
Oh, Jack of Diamonds. So take that out and erase the rest of the picture diamonds.
Okay.
And I have okay, so now take this Jack, this virtual, this Jack, which now has Jack of Diamonds definitely printed on it, not blank like it was earlier. Turn it over and push it into the deck for me. Okay, so Jack of Diamonds. Okay, so I have a feeling that you've managed to do this, Martin.
There it is.
You've managed to turn over the Jack of Diamonds. And I think, and I also know where we were going wrong before, because the Jack of Diamonds was out of a red back deck. And the rest of the cards were erased as you did.
Very good.
Whew, we got there in the end.
Bless my soul.
Thank you, Martin. So, from all of us here tonight, Robina, David Pattenden, nice to see you back again. Alan Fisher on video, Roy Stone, Tom Gentile, Tommy Burnett, and myself. That's it for tonight. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being with us. Hope to see you again next week. We will say good night to everybody on Facebook. Bye-bye, Facebook.